There's a few symptoms that you can actually be mindful of if you have a gut disbalance or gut dysbiosis. The stomach-based ones would be indigestion, bloating, cramps, discomfort. But it's very important to be mindful that gut health is more than gut health. People are not aware that emotional instability, cognitive behavior changes, and lack of energy is also linked to the gut.
Let's talk about something that lives in your gut and keeps you thriving. Probiotics. We're joined here today with Dr. Bashawa. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Honored to be here.
Absolutely. We're here to bust some myths and share some facts.
Okay.
Let's get into it. What is a probiotic?
This is a question that gets asked often. A probiotic is live microorganisms that actually, when taken in enough amounts, give good beneficial bacteria, gut support, and gut health. The concept of bacteria living in our stomach is quite new for a lot of people, not just for my clients and the population, but even for doctors too.
So, how do I know if my gut's unhappy?
There's a few symptoms that you can actually be mindful of if you have a gut disbalance or gut dysbiosis. The stomach-based ones would be indigestion, bloating, cramps, discomfort. But it's very important to be mindful that gut health is more than gut health. People are not aware that emotional instability, cognitive behavior changes, and lack of energy is also linked to the gut.
Interesting. So, how do I correct it? We've heard about probiotics. So, when do we take it? Only when you're on an antibiotic?
So, it's very important that you're aware that gut support is a very important key. And this should not only be taken, probiotics should not be taken at that time when you're feeling unwell. Regular taking of that with good food like prebiotics that are healthy actually puts an investment into your gut. You actually only enjoy the benefits of a probiotic if you've been investing in it. And what happens is that you get to maintain a balance in the gut and also restore sometimes when there's a disruption to that.
So, there's so many products on the shelf. How do we know which one to choose? What does that right probiotic look like?
That's a very key topic and a key question where people ask about safety and how do I know I'm choosing the right one. So the words that I'd like to use is you need to make sure the probiotic is viable and it can survive and it's resilient. The most important thing is we know that in the stomach there's a lot of acid. Gastric acid tends to make a lot of strains of probiotics very fragile. So when you choose a probiotic, make sure that you choose one that will survive all those harsh environments inside. And then outside, it's things like very high temperatures. So when you look at that, look at the evidence. When you pick a probiotic, check the evidence, see that it is from a reputable place. And also, it's not necessarily about the colony counts, as people would say, but most important is, can it maintain? Will it restore a disruption? And can it also support everything that I need?
So it's not just about the clinical backing.
Yes.
But then there's also some spore-based probiotics.
I must say, as doctors, we're so excited about the spore-based probiotics because they actually survive all of those things that I was mentioning, the harsh environments and the gastric acids.
So can anyone and everyone take a probiotic, including children?
As a pediatric specialist, I get excited with that. So I always advise my parents that make sure the strains are safe for children. And there is product in the market that are quite safe for children. And we have seen their guts being restored and functioning better than we've ever seen it before, especially for antibiotic-associated diarrhea. We used to struggle with that. And now that we actually have, especially the spore-based probiotics like your Bacillus clausii, we actually see them with less side effects.
What do you say to patients that say, I don't feel any different?
Patients who say that we just educate them, because I feel that we are living in a time where people are looking for quick fixes. Unfortunately, health is holistic and health takes time. So it's not just about taking a product in, but it's also about sleeping, healthy diet, exercise, and also investing long term, as I said, daily in the right probiotics for your gut.
So, what would you say is the biggest myth about probiotics?
Patients actually, or people worry that they'll get sick from it. When they hear the word live microorganisms, they're under the impression that I'm taking bacteria. And we know that what's actually the knowledge out there is bacteria make people sick. So the concept of a friendly bacteria or live microorganism that's going to live in the garden of the gut, that is absolutely new for most of our clients. Yeah.
Is it true that gut health affects your immune system?
I am so excited with the research and the output out there. Did you know that the gut actually has 70% of immune cells, which is quite topical at the moment? So in that way, we know that the entry to the immune system is actually through those gut cells.
What is the one question patients always ask you about probiotics?
Patients are always asking, Doc, how long should I be taking it? Because you know that with antibiotic-associated diarrhea, we usually prescribe it for 10 days. But we have patients who have long-term symptoms, chronic bloating, chronic discomfort. So we always say invest in it, take it daily until the symptoms have resolved. And with some, as we're saying now, that just talking about overall health, sometimes you need it as a maintenance to make sure that you never ever remit or go back into those symptoms.
Okay, time for a gut check. Rapid fire, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Probiotic or prebiotic?
Both.
Yogurt or supplement?
Supplement.
Take it on an empty stomach or with food?
Always with food.
Daily or only when sick?
Daily.
Feel nothing? Stop or continue?
Continue.
Travel must have, yes or no?
Yes.
Finish the sentence. A healthy gut means?
A healthy brain, a happier me, emotional stability, good to my children, good to my husband.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bishawat. That was gut gold.
Let's make sure to keep our gut healthy, ourselves and our children, because with gut health that is healthy, we are a happy nation.